Improve my video, I will probably stop my video. Okay, so I keep checking on my sheet. So I'll just relationship fields in Salesforce. Typically, we'll talk about two relationship. There is another relationship which will not talk advanced topic. Lookup relationship and master detail relationship, right? So both are these are like a field, right? And where do we make a field? This is one to many side, so we will do it on the many side, right? The many, when there is a relationship between two tables or two objects, one to many relationship is there. That means one record of or one row of one table is associated to multiple rows of another table. That is one to many relationship. So the side which has the many side, that will have the this field, right? So this will make sure that that's why the many side is also called child. Okay, just like in identity card we have, in identity card we carry our father's details or our parents details, but parents don't carry the details of their children, right? So that is how the lookup relationship, master detail relationships are, the relationship fields are built on the many side or the child side. Any questions so far? Any confusion here? Okay, so we know this in a many to, if there is relationship between two tables, one to many relationship, then on the many side we'll make the lookup relationship or the master data relationship. Now the important part is lookup relationship can be created on standard objects as well as custom objects. Custom objects are the objects which you have created, right? Standard objects are the objects which Salesforce gives us. Out of box, you cannot delete those objects, right? Custom objects you can delete and create, right? Master detail relationship can only be created on custom objects. You cannot create master detail fields on standard objects. Okay, clear understanding? Okay. Second is, by default, master detail field is mandatory and you cannot make it non-mandatory. It is always mandatory. Yeah. Lookup relationship by default is not mandatory. You can make it mandatory if you want. Okay. Not mandatory, can be made mandatory. Clear? Any confusion? Any questions so far? Both of these fields are actually saving the Salesforce.
I think Shreya left the meeting.
But are you seeing my screen, by the way? I am.
The screen is not moving at all. I
Yeah.
thought you were just verbally talking.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just noticed this. Give me 1 second. What is happening here?
Well, I thought you were verbally saying, that's the reason I also did not react.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought that maybe it's my internet connection, so I just left.
Sorry. Yes, I just realized that it was not getting shared. So I am back again. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. So side by side, once more, lookup relationship or master data relationship both needs to be done on the many side or the child side, right? In one to many relationship, the many side, many objects will have the relationship fields. Both the relationship fields are on the child side. Any confusion on that? Second is, lookup relationship can only be created on lookup relationship can be created on standard objects as well as custom objects. Master detail relationship can only be created on custom objects, not customer. Sorry, my bad. So custom objects, master detail fields cannot be created on standard objects. Standard objects can be the parent, but the child where the master detail field is getting created cannot be a standard object. Okay, any confusion? Please remember that. Lookup relationship is by default not mandatory. You can make it mandatory. Master detail is always mandatory. You cannot make it non-mandatory. Okay. Acha. Now, both of these fields are actually storing Salesforce record ID. This Salesforce record ID, every record in Salesforce has a unique 18 character alphanumeric record ID, right? Salesforce is generating that. We have seen that in our class. Now, this will be, this ID is the primary ID of the parent record. It is storing that, okay? Any confusion so far, Shreya?
No, sir.
Because you wanted to see that side by side, right? So let us see that. Okay, one thing is that there is, you can block the, if you make the lookup field mandatory, then if there are child records, then the parent record cannot be deleted. Deletion can be blocked. If you want, you can do this. Parent record deletion can be blocked if child record exists, okay? If you make that lookup field mandatory, then by default it is always blocked. If you don't make it mandatory, in that case also you can make this, you can block that. But if you do not use the blocker option, in that case, in the child records, if the parent record is deleted, child records, that field becomes empty. It becomes blank. Any confusion? Any questions? Here we have a automatic deletion of child records. So if the parent record is deleted, all the child records are deleted automatically. Okay. If you create a master detail on any custom objects, no owner field will be there. The owner field is gone. Yeah. Lookup relationship has no impact on owner fields. Yeah. So there is no impact on that. Typically, these are things which we will remember. I think we'll see some other nuances at a later date. But does it make any sense now?
Yes. Yes.
Lookup relationship, you can create, how many relationship you can create on an object? You can create maximum 40 relationship fields. That means lookup plus master detail together will be 40. Okay, maximum, right? Master detail maximum is 2 max in an object. So if you create 2 master detail, then you can create 38 lookup fields. If you create 1 master detail, you can create 39 lookup relationship. If you do not have master detail relationship, then you can create 40 lookup fields on an object. Clear? So number of master detail minus the relationship field, 40 minus number of master detail field is the number of lookup fields you can create on an object. Any confusion? There is a certification question. How many fields can an object have, or how many fields can you create in Salesforce? Do you know that? You can create 500 fields in enterprise version, 800 fields in unlimited version. Okay. It's a certification question. Please remember that limit. It keeps on changing, so you have to be aware of what is going on into Salesforce. Okay, so this is the bare minimum things. This you need to like remember these things, to be very honest, and that will make your life easier. Okay. Now let us see this in action in Salesforce org. Yeah. Yeah, it is getting shared again. Good. Of 33 is our batch. So when you create a playground, right, in Trailhead, you can get your login credentials here. This is your user ID. And you can, if you have this playground starter app, this tab will give you this. If you want to reset your password, then a mail will come to you and you can set the password. Then you do not need to launch it from hands-on.org. You can then use the login.salesforce.com, right? You can shift this into different orgs, sales, service, marketing. We'll come and discuss this in a future session. System administrators will work in the settings window or the setup window, right? So you change software in the setup. So normal users will use this one. You as an administrator will be working inside setup, right? So object manager is, the two tabs are there, home and object manager. Object manager is basically giving you the entire list of your objects, standard objects. If you have created any custom objects, you can create it here. You can create custom objects here, or you can create from spreadsheets. You can even create custom objects from schema builder. It's a interesting tool. So try to play out with these things. So it makes sense. Yeah. It's quite interesting too. So elements, you will see the relationship between two fields. So let me give you an example. I have account and I see contact. Yeah. So if you see this, and just minimize it, you see the relationships are clearly shown here, right? We used to draw it in the field, right? You see account is one-to-many relationship with contact, right? We saw that. And what is this? Why are we seeing account having a relationship with itself? Because account itself has a lookup to account. That's funny, right? How that makes sense? Contact also has a lookup to itself. So you see lookup relationship from contact to contact, then account relationship hierarchy from account. So this is because an account can also have a parent called another account. So account hierarchy can also happen. So it's called a self lookup in that case, right? An object can have a lookup in with that object itself instead of another object. So please remember these things. It will be called self lookup. So we already see this in object manager. If you go to account record, is a standard object, right? And you search with lookups, you will see there is a hierarchy record, this one. So this is basically a parent account. So one account can become the parent of another account. So how do we see this here? If you jump into Salesforce, you can see I have created a Bong Bong Academy. Now let me create another account called Bong Bong Entertainment. And you see parent account is there. So Bong Bong Academy can become the parent of Bong Bong Entertainment. And I have put some GST and save it. So here, basically, I have created two accounts and there's a self hierarchy inside the account itself. So when I jump into Bong Bong Academy, you will see there is a hierarchy which you can see. So here, if you see this one, it will show you that this is the parent account and this is the child account. Okay, so account itself can have a in like one record can point to another account. So it's funny things. So contact of course has parent as account, right? There's a different object, but here we are seeing the same object having a one-to-many relationship with itself. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, cool. So here this is in every object manager. If you just jump into any object, you will see the fields and relationship, the first tab, which will show you all fields, right? Here you can see, you can create new fields. We have already discussed all different kinds of fields which we have done. So these are the lookup relationship. You see the master detail option is not at all available to you, right? Because standard, you do not have master detail relationship. But if you see a custom object like this one, which we created, and we go and a new button, you will see there is a master data relationship. Now, why this is locked out? Because probably we have already created two master data relationships. So you see, we have already created two master data relationships. That is why we do not get any further option to create master data relationship, because the maximum limit is 2, right? Remember that. Now, any custom object which has two master data relationship, we call that a junction object. Okay. Uh, Junction object is basically a mapping table, but it has two relationship, which is master detail. Okay. If I have one master detail and one lookup, then it will be called mapping table, usual mapping table. If there are two lookup relationship, it will be a usual mapping table. But when there is two master detail, that mapping table will be called junction object. Any questions so far? So you understand how that works. Okay. Uh, did you get a chance to like look into this all kind of fields, right? Have you tried out with all the fields? Any questions on these kind of fields which we discussed so far? Checkbox, we know that true or false, right? We I think we did some test in application object, right? So if I see this is a checkbox, right? This is a checkbox kind of field. If a number field, then automatically you will get some uh, currency type along with it, right? So it is not a number field only, it will also contain a currency. How we can change this currency, we'll see that later. This is a date time field, which we also get here, right? This is the date time field. If you use the date, then only this portion will come. If you just use time, then only this portion will come. Okay. And if it is a pick list value, then you have some values. Pick list can be uh, like pick list. We can use a global pick list value. That means I define a set of values and store it for reuse. That you can do. Alternatively, every time you create a pick list, you can give the values just by breaking the line. Okay, that you can do. This checkbox makes it a restricted pick list. That means you have to make a selection out of these values. But if you take this out, see what happens. So here, I can't type anything, right? See this? But if I make
Text, maybe. Text.
it will work. Like it will not have that restriction that you have to select out of that list. Yes. So let me give you an example. Availability is that field. I think that was the field. Huh? What was the name? Internet connection. Sorry. So if I now restrict pick list is there, right? You see this one requires fewer than 100 total actives and inactive values. So if I take this out, so it gave issue by so here is you can promote and save it for other objects. If you want to use this same pick list for other objects also, then promote it to global value set. That would be then you can reuse the same set of values again and again. But right now we are just making it an unrestricted pick list. What does it mean? Unrestricted pick list means I think it will show up immediately. Now, how do I check this? Don't know when it will flag. So I will be able to put any values, assign it here, right? It will take some time to associate. Any new values, you will see if there are active records, it will come here. If there are inactive records, there is no values, then it will go into inactive set. Yeah, you can also make any value inactive. So you can just deactivate this value. That means it will be go off from that list. So if I go ahead and refresh it, I think it will take some time to reflect. Comes immediately. Anyway, I have deactivated one value, right? I can delete it also permanently, right? Or I can activate it back, so I can bring it into the list once again. Activating or deactivating the values do not have any impact on the record which is already saved into database. It is just like a screen change.
1 minute
Take I will take a break and you can create new values. Another thing is that this is a replace. This button basically allows you to change any value from a old value to a new value. So what will happen is that if I make this Airtel to Vodafone, all the existing records, wherever Airtel is there, it will change into Vodafone. So data migration is also happening. Okay. So replace has that feature, which we get here. But you can always, you see, there are two things. One is the value, and where there is API name. So backend, all coding and everything, all programming will be done using this. But in the UI, you can change this value. So you can say that I will have something like Airtel connection. Yeah, rather than and so this main and but when we saving, the value which is saved into database will be this one, API name. Okay, so when I have this and I go back to this list, you will see so customers all the time will want you to change this drop down values, but if you do not want the automation to break, in that case just change the value, but do not do not touch the API names, because probably there is a automation already running on those values. Okay, any questions so far? Cool. Now we will go and see the other fields. We already saw a few fields. We like created some fields. You please go ahead and play with it. Pick list is which we just saw. Pick list multi-select is something which you can select more than one values. Text and text area are the same. Only difference is 255 characters max. Text area you can break the line. In text field you cannot break the line. No, enter button does not work. Text area long obviously gives you a lot more text to type. But the problem with this field is that you cannot show that in reports. So whenever you're converting using more than 255 characters, you need to be aware. What is report and dashboard? We'll probably see that later. Rich text box is similar kind of high volume of text you can type in, and you can also format it. That means you can make it bold, you can put images, put links, and so on. Encrypted, nowadays nobody uses it. It's a legacy field wherein you can see star values entered. We don't use this much. I have not used this for a long time. URL field is basically to store website values or anything which is there, which we see on the browser, right? This link, URL link. That values. Geolocation is also used for maps, wherein we store latitude and longitude values. Particularly when you are doing a geolocation tracking for your accounts, contacts, you will use this. This will work with Google Maps to store the actual values and then show that into the map. Okay. Any questions so far? Auto number we already discussed. Auto number is a automatic incremental values which will come. And it has a format also which you can supply so that you can automatically create a auto number kind of a field for your records. Name field can also be made auto number. If you make a name field auto number, in that case you don't need a separate auto number field. The name field will become automatically increment, right? For applications probably we did that, right? I don't remember. Let us do one. Yes, you see, we made the text field auto number. So now if you make fields, let's fill up the account. Let us fill up the contact. You see, this is the auto number which is happening. Now name field is auto number. That's why it is not asking for you to fill the value, right? Auto number field is not input. No input is needed. System automatically generates similar to how Salesforce generates the IDs, right? But this format you cannot control. This format you can control. This is the difference between Salesforce ID and auto number field. Auto number format you can control. Salesforce 18 characters format you cannot control. It is completely managed by Salesforce. Any questions so far? Okay. Now another additional thing which we want to talk in our master data relationship. So when we are using master data relationship, in the parent side, you can create roll-up field. Sorry, possible in parent. Here, you cannot create roll-ups. Clear? So roll-up fields, if you want to create, what roll-ups can do? Roll-ups can do 4 things. Roll-up can count the child records. It can sum up any numeric field of the child records. It can show you the max and the minimum values of your child records.
Okay.
These 4 things are only possible in rollups. We showed the rollups, right, in the last session. Did we? Let us create some rollups. So Bong Bong Academy, I think we did a rollup here. If I remember correctly. No, probably not. So let us create a rollup. So here application is the master detail of account, right? So let us create a rollup on the account record. Did we create rollup? No, we did not. Let us create a rollup. Here you see, I am creating this on the parent side. That means on the account side. I will just name it rollup for now because probably I will change the type. Okay, so you see, the 4 things are possible. I can count the number of child records I have. So now if I can choose which objects I am rolling up, the application is my master detail child. So I can roll up applications. If I see count, what will I see in Bong Bong Academy? What would show up in Bong Bong Academy? Any ideas?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Then there is sum. You see, fees is a numeric value which is there in the application. So I can sum them up. Okay, let us use the sum. Count I will discuss again. So it will show some time in here. Give me that time.
Baba.
Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So you see, the roll up is showing up the value of my child records. So if I create more child records, think about this again, 500, 600, Bong Bong Academy again, and something else. GST. What is it? GST. The interesting thing which you saw is that it threw an error from the parent, right? Why did it throw an error from the parent? Because when we are making a new new record in my child, the parent record is also getting saved or are getting updated, right? So you can have some set of validations also possible. Okay, we'll discuss this in more detail. So I have now created two records. So here one record has 500 and another record has fees of 600. So it will add up both and it will show 1000. বললে 1 ঘন্টায় আসবে বললে 1 মিনিটে আসবে বললে আমি ভাবলাম ওরা আসবে যাই করি মানে দে ক্যান গো আচ্ছা মানে কোনো হেল্প লাগবে না ঠিক আছে পারফেক্ট চলে এসো বলো ঠিক আছে থ্যাংক ইউ so now we will see this is summing up the fee fields of my child. How can I see the fee fields, by the way? Can I see the fee fields in my related list? This is called a related list where we can see the child records, right? So I can go to the page layout. I can check which page layout am I using from the page layout assignment. I am the system administrator. So you see account layout is the layout I am using. There are multiple page layout in this object. So I will jump into the account and you will see this is the related list wherein you will have all things. So this is the last related list. I go here on this range tab, that's the setting window. And probably I will want to bring the fees here. Application fees. Okay, and I save this. The moment I save it, I go and refresh this page. You will see now I can see the fees here, right? So you can change the child columns, what you're seeing, by going and adding your fields in the parent layout, right? Related list is in the parents. This layout is account layout. This is not application layout. Okay. If I click on this button and then go here, this is the application layout. Okay. Detail tab and related tab are controlled by the layout. It can be overwritten in many levels. We'll discuss this in more details. But right now, everything is controlled by layout. Layout controls what? Layout controls the detail section and the related list section. So if I see any objects, right, in the account object, this detail tab is you can set in layout. Related these sections also you can change in layout, right? Any questions so far? Okay. But please play around with these layouts, okay? So you can have multiple layouts also in an object. Why? Not all departments or not all users will probably need all fields. So to make life easier for them, you can build different kind of screens, which makes more sense. Like here, I have marketing department who will have different kinds of fields. Sales department can have different fields. Support team can have different fields. An administrator can have different fields. So I have created 4 layouts and I have assigned 2 different kinds of users. These are the different kinds of users. We call that profiles. It is not individual users. Please remember this. Kind of users. Okay, we can assign to. So all the users who are that type of user will get that same layout. Any questions so far? Share particularly for you.
No.
Making sense? So
Yes.
we are only discussing about how to change this portion. Okay, this portion, only this portion. We have not discussed this portion. We have not discussed this portion, right? We are only talking about this portion. How to make modifications to this portion. So this is completely done by page layouts, right? That we saw. Nowadays, there are more advanced techniques of doing many things. We will discuss gradually, right? But these are the basic ways of doing it. So we have to understand the basic ways. The page layout is the easiest or the simplest way of making changes into these areas, right? Okay, so now we'll get back to the relationships. Once we have already seen the relationships. If this object has child, it will show up in the related list. And for the child, it will be a lookup field, right? So here, if I go to the application record, you will see this is a clickable field. If you see a clickable field, most probably it is a lookup field or a master detail field. Okay. So this is actually storing Salesforce ID, but if I just showed you Salesforce ID here, it would have made no sense, right? Salesforce ID looks like this, right? We already discussed. If I did that, then it is unusable. I could not have used it. No salesman would have liked it, right? So in that case, we substitute the value of the ID with the name of this record. Okay, and then so when I click it, it jumps to that record itself. So this account record, here I am basically making this, using this field and making it a hyperlink on my child detail screen, right? Any question? So lookup field is a clickable field, master detail is a clickable field, which takes you to the parent record, right? Any questions, confusion? This is the Salesforce behavior. That's how Salesforce has developed it. Okay. I think we have covered most of them, but I want to cover another field which is called formula. What is a formula field? Formula field is auto calculating fields. It's quite like Excel formulas, right? No different. So what you can do is that instead of asking people to add, like put any values, you can automatically calculate some values. Let me give an example. I will create a formula field wherein I will create a difference between the total value of the application minus the fee which I have paid. Okay, that means it's a currency field, right? I can make a decimal, or I do not need a decimal figure, whatever. So now I can just simply, if I am working on with, I want to calculate based on the fields which is there in that object itself on which I am making this field, I will just insert that field fees, and I can do like multiply by 10 and so on. It's very easy, right? Automatically calculation you can do. Or you can also add and subtract multiple fields if you have multiple numeric fields on which you want to do a calculation. The formula fields need not be only on numeric fields, it can be on other types also. And we'll discuss this. But here, we'll make it a little more complicated. We'll go to the advanced formula. Here, it allows you to bring fields from your parent also. So I will go to the insert field. You see, I am inside application. These are all the fields inside application. So right now, what I will go, I will not use the fields of the application. I will go to a field in my account. How will I go that? This account arrow sign will be there. Account arrow sign means now I am getting into the lookup relationship which I already have, or a master data relationship which I already have. Through that, I am going to my parent and I'm checking what is the field I want to use. Here you already saw that we created a roll up, right? Field. Let me take that field. You can hand type this also. You can use the insert field button, whatever is suitable. When you get more proficient, probably you don't need to use insert field. You will hand type it. So what is this? Let us understand this. Account underscore underscore R. Underscore underscore R means underscore, and it's a relationship. So if it was just this part, sorry, if you could have seen this only, that means this is a field which belongs to this same object on which I am doing the formula field. But this is not actually, I am not using this field from this object. I am using a field from a parent object. So how to define that? So I am defining the relationship first, that is underscore underscore R dot, and then I am basically putting my field. You see underscore underscore C, because this roll up field is a custom field, right? And minus, now I will use a field which belongs to this object itself, wherein I am creating this. This is the field fees. So fees underscore underscore C. So let us now see this, how it works. And we'll see how it automatically calculates. Take some time to different. Anyway, so what we have seen now, I will now add a difference field here. Okay. So I will go back to application page records, not application, sorry, account. I will go to page layouts and I will add this difference field into the layout. Where I will go to the related list and I will add the application difference field. Let's go back and refresh it. See, 500, the difference is 600. 600, difference is 500. How? It is basically this roll up minus the value of the fees. So for this record is 1100 minus 500, 600. For this record is 1100 minus 600, 500. What will happen if I create another field called 700? Let's predict the values. Shreya, what would be the values if I create these fields? Give a try. YOLO.
400.
Huh?
Will it be 400?
So you will see application 3, 5, and there will be a new application that will get created, right?
Yes.
To create another record,
But
what will happen?
I guess like if we add another one, 700, so it will get add up. It's already 1100 in the roll up. Plus 700 will be 1800.
Yes.
And then a difference of 1100 will be seen for the new application.
Let's see this. So exactly that is what you have said is right. 500 plus 600 plus 700, 1800 is the roll up, right? So you can go there. You see automatically the roll up updated, right? And the difference 1800 minus 500 is showing up. 1800 minus 600 showing up. 18 minus 700 showing up. Here, this is basically a field inside the child, right? But it is calculating based on a field from its parent or deducting it from the parent. That field is not showing up right now, but it will, okay, in some time. So another thing to mention is that if I go to the application record and I create a new, you will see that the formula field will show up, but you will not be able to input anything. Okay, in the list views also you can see all list views. Really, this list view cannot be modified, recently viewed. So please remember that. Pin this up, and you can add other fields if you want. So select fields to display. I will probably add the difference field here and move it up. Now let us see. Yes. So 3 applications, I can also see those differences here. If you want to show the child's, parents fields in the layout, that is also possible. So if I go there, here, I want to show the accounts roll up here. So fees, minor roll ups, and then difference, I can do this. If I save this, you will see this you can do only if there is a master detail relationship. Please remember that. If I now go to account, Bangwang Academy, you'll see that you see roll up is also there. Which roll up is this? I think there's some other fields which I brought in there. Is there any another roll up? No, I think showing some problem. Let me check. Yeah, it's not showing up the values anyway. So we'll see this. So you got this idea that how we are basically showing the childs and these things. This is making sense to you? Shiva, any queries so far? Do you think that this is quite easy so far?
No,
Let me-
nothing. Till now, nothing to do.
all good? So, okay. So I think we'll go to some assignments today. This will give you a hand practice. And I think let us start that. Meanwhile, then the next session will show how to load the data.
So, Divya, I have one query.
Yeah.
Apparently, your YouTube videos, right?
Yeah.
Before I'm not able to find our batch videos at all. I don't know if Shreya is able to find out or not. I could not.
Is it? Okay. I in WhatsApp group I have already. I can pin now. So let me pin it once again.
Yeah, maybe you can pin it as a part of the group itself in terms of.
Yes, in the group itself. I thought I pinned it. I might have missed
No,
it.
no, I have. So there are two aspects. Right? One is the video link. Right?
Hmm.
I know that YouTube Bong Bong, that YouTube page I'm aware of. I'm just that in that I am not able to find our videos.
Got it. Got it. That's a separate playlist.
I think I am missing out on that in some way.
Give me 1 second. Let me sort this out right away. First and foremost, I will pin it right now. So first check that if you are able to see this playlist.
I can see playlist. I can see batch 24, 23, 21, 17, batch 5. I cannot see.
No. Just click on the WhatsApp link.
Okay, 1 second.
On the WhatsApp, I just pinned that. 1 second, I will forward this once again.
Yeah, I got it.
Click on that. What is showing up?
Yeah, it's showing up batch 33.
Batch 33 दिखा रहा है ना?
Yes.
इसमें you see two sessions, right? Session 1 and session 2.
Right. Achha.
I think the last session is still updated.
No, but surprisingly, when I manually went to search for it, I was not able to see it. That's the only reason why I asked. No
I will
problem.
check whether it is made public or did I make any mistakes on that. I will check that once again.
This I can see it right now, but if I go manually to search it, I'm not able to find it.
Okay, let me check what is going on. Why it is not searchable? I will figure it out. How many class did we do, Shreya, till now? It's the third class, right?
3. Yeah, this is the third.
So okay, those videos are not public to us.
Is it? Okay, that might be reason. So I will make it public right away.
Sure.
So that might be reason why you are not getting that. Anyway, so that's my bad. I will fix that. And so you can I will upload this video, but before that I want to give you the hands-on. It's a easy assignment to do, but I think you should do. Before that, I want to show one thing that would be required for you to do this assignment. How do I create a new app? And what is an app, by the way? An app is just a group of tabs, right? So you can create your own app. How can you do that? You have to jump to this home tab and just type in app, and you can get an app manager. Here, you will create a new Lightning app, and you can name it like Animesh app, right? Whatever. You can put your own logo, whatever you want to do. Next, keep it standard navigation and keep it desktop phone. What is a console navigation? We'll discuss later. You can create an app which is only works in desktop, or you can create an app which only works in mobile phone. That is also possible. So utility items is advanced topics. Here in the down below you can add some items. I think we'll discuss that later. Now we can pick and choose which apps you want to use, right? I will pick account and our application app, right? And who are the people who can see this app? I will give this to the people called system administrators. And save and finish. Once I do that, if you go there and refresh your screen, you will see there is a app called I will do a view all. You will see there is an Animesh app. So if you type it here, also you can do that. You see, Animesh app is already there. So now if I click to Animesh app, it only has account and applications.
So now I have sorry, I
Yeah.
if I have this will have only one standard object.
No, it depends on which tabs you want to use. It does not matter. It is a standard
I
tab.
can manually. Okay, I missed that step. Then I think. Okay, I'll let me check on the video then. Probably I'll probably.
Which now I can repeat it. What is the question?
No. When you created that app, right? Now, so did you pick and choose the objects which have to be shown across? Is that what?
Tabs. I will pick and choose the tabs. So if I go back to new app, and I will create another app called Animesh 2. You are seeing my screen, right?
Right.
So here next tab is what type of tab is that, and which objects supported devices. So I will say desktop and phone, and standard navigation. Standard navigation means if this tabbed format. Okay. Console is a different way, and we'll cover console later.
Right.
And do next, and here you will select which tabs you want to add. So
right. If I want to add
account,
leads, opportunity, that's
whatever tabs you want to create, I will create case.
So now this will only have standard objects, right?
No. A custom object also. Like application is a custom object, right? I just added custom application.
Okay, I can even create
any kind of tab which you created.
So this is the way we generally do it for demos, custom demo.
That's correct. So you will create a group of tabs, and probably you will like create one customer logo. So I will give you an example. So typically what I do before the demo is that when I like go into a demo with you, maybe like
Salesforce. Let's keep that Salesforce.
Yeah, Salesforce. Yeah, I think Salesforce is fine. So what I will do, I will use a Salesforce org, and then I will go and probably choose a Salesforce logo. I don't think
that's okay. Any logo is fine.
Any logo is fine. I'm not too sure whether I have anything.
Logo of Texmo is fine. The one below that.
Okay. This is my customer, so don't worry. So anyway, so I will go ahead, and then I have picked and choose my tabs, and I will choose this step is important, that who is the person who will use this app, right? And then I do that, and then I refresh. You will immediately see that.
That was Animesh 2. No, that you changed that Salesforce.
Did I change to anything else? Salesforce?
No, Salesforce.
Yeah.
Last.
You see? Now the tab is there, and the logo is coming on the top.
Perfect.
This is how we do the demo typically. So app is clear. App is a group of tabs. You can create it many times. You can create it here. There are already created apps for you. You can create your own groupings, and you can create your own apps. Create tabs. You can pick and choose in your app, or that same tab can be can be added to multiple apps. Like account will be probably possible. It will be there in all the applications, right? Because account is probably the basic of Salesforce. So now we'll jump into our assignment. Check whether you can access this spreadsheet. I am just putting it into the link. Let me know if you are okay. I'm already sharing to you guys. Yeah, just check on this. Click on this one, and let me know if you are able to access.
Yes, I can see.
Good. So, Shreya,
Yes, you can get.
perfect. Great. So, what we will do is that we'll create a film industry app. You know how to create an app now, right? So, what we will do in this app, this is I want a. You see, in down below, I have two objects. One is called film. Okay. So you will create a new custom object called film, and you will create a new custom object and a new tab for this actor object, right? What fields will this have? Name and production budget. Name field is already standard, so you don't have to create name field. Production budget is a currency field you have to create in film object. Okay. In the actor object, you will create the first name, last name. Name field is already there, so you can modify the name field to first name or last name, whatever you want. The other field you have to create. Okay. So in the film, now, what is the relationship between a film and an actor? What do you think?
One to many.
Which side is one, which side is many?
One film can have many actors.
One film can have many actors. Okay, fine. But can one actor work in multiple films?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's one to many relationship from both sides, right? So it is a many to many relationship, right? So we already know that Salesforce, if you, how do we create a many to many relationship, right? How do we do that? Share a question to you. How do we create a many to many relationship in Salesforce? We need a mapping object, right? Because many to many relationships cannot be created from one object to another object, right? We need a third object. Is it clear? Mapping object concept, or do you want me to discuss this once again?
Once again, please.
Yeah, yeah. So let us see how a many to many relationship works. So here, film and actor has a many to many relationship, right? That means one film needs to be connected with multiple actor records, and one actor record needs to be connected to multiple film records, right? So let us see this in action. So Ranbir Kapoor will work in Barfi, Ranbir will work in Tamasha, Deepika will work in Bajirao, Deepika will work in Ramlila, Deepika will work in Tamasha, right? Now let us see this in the other way around. So if I am on the film, I have Bajirao Mastani connected with Ranbir, Bajirao Mastani connected with Priyanka, Bajirao Mastani connected with Deepika. So how will that work? So I have to create another object which has a lookup or a master detail relationship with both this, right? So I have a pointer to one film and I have a pointer to one actor. That is how we are mapping them. Is it clear? Any questions? So how a many-to-many relationship in Salesforce is built? Let us see this once again. So mapping tables purpose is basically many-to-many relationship building. Junction tables purpose is the same. Here you have to build a junction table. That is how. What is a junction table? Sure.
Junction. There are two master detail relationships.
Yes. So two master data relationships. And what is the naming convention for a junction table? We discuss this.
The menu to many.
Yeah, many to many relationship. If we have, what is the naming convention usual? Any ideas how it is named? It is named after the two parents. Okay. So let us see a junction, a mapping table once again. अरे यार, what is that? So here I have two objects, object 1, object A, object B, and it is one-to-many relationship from both sides. That means it is a many-to-many relationship, right? Many-to-many relationship cannot be built between objects. So we need is third object, which is named after two parents. Okay? So we'll call it AB. And it would be a one-to-many relationship from both sides. Okay? Let's see this in action. So now we will replace object A with film, object B with actor. We already found out there that is a many-to-many relationship. So probably we'll name this field as film actor. Yeah, named after two parents. So if I have Ram Leela and I have Bajirao Mastani and I have two actors, Ranbir and Deepika. So how is the mapping working? Mapping is working as Ram, Leela, Deepika. Ram Leela, Ranveer, right? I have to have Ranveer here also. Then I have Bajirao, Deepika. Again Bajirao, Priyanka. So every relationship would be a separate record in this master detail, right? Any confusion so far? I will show this once more in this table. So let us look at this mapping table once again. So the mapping table will track all the associations. The first is film, then the actor, film, actor, and there can be other fields, right? We'll go to that later. So first, I will say which film, which actor. So Ram Leela has two actors. So Ram Leela will have Deepika and Ranveer. Bajirao has three actors. So there will be three mappings. Bajirao will have Deepika. Bajirao will have Priyanka. And Bajirao will also have Ranveer. Right? So how many records are we creating here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every film, the number of actors, it will one by one come here. Right? So that is why this field is a lookup or a master detail. This field is also a lookup or a master detail. So it is pointing to one record in one of the parents. And this is how the relationship between two objects is established through this third table. So are you getting the point? How the mapping table works now?
Yes.
Think about this in sales terms. Let us see this in the sales. Salesforce also gives you a product table. There is a product table, a standard table in Salesforce. And there is every organization will have a menu card, right? So if you go to a restaurant, how do you know that what are the products this restaurant will give you or which dishes they are serving? You see that on a menu card, right? Can the organization have one menu card or it can have multiple menu cards? Can an organization have multiple menu cards?
Mostly no.
What if I have multiple restaurant chain, and in India I have a restaurant, and in US also I have a restaurant?
No. So okay. So typically, what the situation could be that one restaurant, one menu card, or generally, in case if you have a food and liquor as separate menu card, that's the only thing.
That category is, let us consider that as one menu card.
All right.
So if I say that, I will not get into the complexity of product classification. So I will say that price would be the dependency on which I will distribute my menu cards or make the menu cards, right?
Right.
So if I am serving in India, I will definitely have to give the rates in INR. Now, if I am serving the same products in US, I have to give the rates in USD. Right? So the pricing of the products is completely different. That means the menu card is different, right? The menu card makes no sense without the price, isn't it? Even think about the same country. If Burger King has two outlets, one in Kolkata, one in Bangalore, it may not be the same price of the same product. Right? Based on the location, it can vary. The same product can be charged a little premium in Bangalore, probably a little less in Kolkata, and so on, based on the availability of the raw materials and so on. But for simplicity's sake, I will say an organization can have multiple menu card. One menu card they have defined for US, one menu card they have defined in India. And they are selling two products, shoe and cap. The US will be USD prices and India will be for INR prices, right? What is the relationship between this menu card object, and the product object? This is product object. In Salesforce, the menu card object is called price book. It's a standard object. You can have a look. So what is the relationship between product and a price book? Shreya, question to you mainly.
One to many.
One to many, see from
It's
which
like
side?
USA can sell both the things, shoes and caps. And similarly, India can also sell shoes and caps.
So one is related to multiple objects, one is related to multiple objects. So one to many from this side, definitely. What is happening on the other side? Let's check the other side. Shoe is in the US menu card also. Shoe is also in the Indian menu card, isn't it? Cap is also in the US menu card. Cap is also in the India menu card. So one to many from this side also. Then what happened? Then what is the relationship? If there is one to many relationship from both sides, what kind of relationship is this?
Many to many.
Again, many to many relationship cannot be done between two tables. It will need a third table, right? As we discussed, same logic. So there is definitely a mapping table then again, right? Why this mapping table will come? Because the association will be created. So it will say USA, shoe, USA, cap, India, shoe, India, cap. All the relationships are now there. So it is one to many relationship from here, and one to many relationship from here. Okay. The mappings are established. Now, if I want to put the price, which object will I put my price? Here, here, or here?
The mapping table.
Mapping table, why on the mapping table? Why not on the parents?
In the mapping table, not in the parents, because because in parents table only a single currency can be denoted. But in the mapping table, we are showing two different places. So we can put the currency as per the location.
Yeah. Shiva joined, or I think he's facing some problem. Give me 1 second. Let me check. Yeah, Shiva has joined. So why not the price on the price book table? What is the problem? If I put a price field on the price book table, what will happen? What is the problem in that?
Only a single currency can be denoted, but here we have to tackle with two different currencies.
That is fine. If the single currency is there, this is a currency field. What would be the currency? I do not know, right? Which currency I will put, right? Because I do not have the information of the product. So if I say 100 and I say 200, I do not know this currency or this price is for which product. Even if I have this in USD, both these values in USD, still it is not making any sense, right? Because I don't know which product it is. So I cannot put it here. I cannot put it here because I do not know which menu card this price is all about. So price is actually here. Here I can say 100 USD, 200 USD, 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees. Right? Very easy now for me to map. So that is the benefit which we get with this mapping table, that now we have the information of which menu card, which product, what price. Let us look this in the context of our film and actor. So every film and actor is earning something, right? If we call that salary, where will that salary be put? In the film object, the actor object, or somewhere else? So this is film object, and this is the actor object. And there is a mapping table, right? Film actor, that we have to do. Otherwise, we cannot create the man-to-man relationship. So the actor's salary will be in which object? This object, this object, or this object?
So once again, please.
So Ranbir Kapoor will earn 20,000, or let's look at this. Shiva, the concept of price book is clear, right? Why the price needs to be there?
Yes.
In the mapping table. The mapping table is called price book entry. So if you go and see this in Salesforce, you're seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
So here you will see if the price book table is there in Salesforce already. Yeah. And the mapping table is called price book entry. So if you go to this mapping table, you will see it has a lookup with price book and it has a lookup with product. And here you will see this price, list price. So Salesforce is already given this to you. Okay. So there are two parents. One is a price book, that is a menu card, and the product. Okay. So this mapping table is basically giving you the mappings as well as the price of individual products in different price books. Price books is again menu card. Okay. So similarly, if you are talking about our assignment, if I go to this actor object, I see Ranbir Kapoor is earning 10 crore in Barfi and he's charging 20 crore in Tamasha. Priyanka is charging 10 crore for Barfi and 20 crore for Bajirao. Deepika is charging 20 crore for Bajirao, Ramlila, Tamasha each, same. And Ranbir Singh is again charging 30 crore for Bajirao and 20 crore for Ramlila. where will you store this salary, actor salary? Which object? We have three objects now, right? Film actor and film actor. Shreya,
Film actor.
film actor. Why?
Uh, in order to understand that which actor took how much money for that particular film. Otherwise, it would be made in general and it cannot be understood how much they took.
So if I put the salary in the film object, I do not know which actor salary is it, right? If I put the salary field in the actor object, I don't know which film this salary is, right? So film actor object all has the actor, has the film, has the salary. So now we know both the details. The mapping field only has both the details, and then only you can define the salary. So salary field should be always in the mapping table. Any questions so far? Clear why the salary has to be in the mapping table?
Yes.
Now the question to you. On the film, I want to see the sum of all the salaries of all actors who are working in that film automatically. How can I do this? Okay, before moving there, I want to see how many actors are working in my film automatically. How can I do this?
The count.
Can I use any of these field types which we learned today?
Formula.
Formula. Uh, Formula field, can it calculate a count?
We have a count field, right?
Count field was where? Which type of field did you use for that?
Roll up.
Roll up. Yep. So now roll up is the film or actor object, right? So this is the child. So how will I find out how many actors are working in that film? Using roll ups. Give it a try. Okay. We'll discuss in the next class. So I want the number of actors who are working in the film. I want to see the total sum of salary for all the actors put together. I want to auto, these blue screens are all auto calculation. It should happen automatically. No user input. I want to see the technical budget of the film automatically calculated. It would be a production budget, that is this value, minus total actor salary, that means this value. I also want to see the marketing budget, which is 10% of production budget. So all these fields I want to see on the film object. In the actor object, I want to see this actor is working in how many films, and what is this actor earning what is sum of all his earnings from across films. So if Ranbir Kapoor is earning 2 crore in Barfi and Tamasha, then 10 crore plus 20 crore is 30 crore, right? So sum up of all the salaries of all his films should show up with the actor. So this blue rows, that means your assignment is from A to G in first sheet, and in actor till E sheet, F sheet in fact. The white fields are input, user input. Blue fields are automatically calculated by the system. Okay.
We'll try it, probably.
Please give it a
At the
try.
time we don't try it, I think
Yes.
for both of us,
I think
it
it's
will
not rocket science. So more
Yeah.
you practice, you will definitely get there. And once you start getting there, you will have fun. Okay. So you have to create an app called Film Actor. You have to create 3 objects: film object, actor object, film actor object. And then create the fields, create the roll-up fields, create the formula fields, create whatever is required, so that we can finish this assignment so far. I can assure you, all what you have learned so far, you don't have to learn anything extra outside this class to finish this assignment.
Sure.
If you just review today's class, enough has been covered in today's class only to just finish this assignment. And if you finish this assignment, I think you will have a good idea about fields, relationships, and all kinds of field types. Take some time, 1 to 2 hours, not more than that is required to do this assignment.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot. Nice day ahead.